we are going to talk about starts and stops, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute. But I just wanted to say that before I start quilting any piece, I always have a practice sandwich, and it has some of the fabrics that I'm intending to quilt on top of, so that I can test out not only colors to see if they're going to show up when I want them to or when I want them to fade to the background, but also so that I can always check the tension on my machine, because as I change weights of thread, and right now I have a 50 weight thread in here, I just want to make sure that the tension is looking good too, or if I have to make any adjustments before I start on the actual piece. So this is the piece I'm going to show you. And we are going to put in another line right next to this line to finish this little branch. And this is part of the Audubon little block. And I just want to use a contrasting color thread. I'm using a 50 weight thread right now so that it will show up against the background. And I'm just going to put in that little parallel branch line. So the first thing I do, and obviously I have my feed dogs down, I have my free motion foot on, in this case the BSR foot. I'm just going to hold on to the little top tail, and I'm just going to take that needle and I'm just going to come up. So if you can barely see this little loop here, and you see that I've now pulled that bobbin thread to the top, and I just take my little curved scissors and just pull that up. And now I'm going to just hold on to those little tails, and I'm going to take my flywheel on the side here, and I'm going to go down with my needle right there where I came up. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start. I'm just going to start in place. I don't want to keep going up and down in the same exact hole, because I will build up a little knot there. I don't want that. I don't want to just take off with quilting, because that thread line could come out. So what I'm going to do is just take 5 or 6 stitches that are very, very close together. And then once those are very close and tightly together, then I'm just going to slowly start and go a little faster and make those stitches a little bit more far apart. 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I can just start lengthening that out. I'm just going to parallel this other line here. Stop when you need to turn and reposition. My hands are just holding onto the side here to move it all. And then this line is just going to stop. So I like to stop right before where I actually am going to end, so that I can prepare myself in getting ready to just put in those other really stacked closely together 5 or 6 stitches to end this with too. So we're just going to go really close. Okay, and then I'm going to just pop my needle back up, and then I'm going to pull this away, and I'm going to just tug on this top thread now, and you'll see the loop from the bobbin thread come up. And you can see that loop where it's starting to come up there from the bottom. And now I'm just going to hold some tension on here, go ahead and cut both of those at the same time, so that then both front and back, because what happened is that little bobbin thread, because it was pulled up to the top when I cut it off, it just disappeared back into the batting. But if you start and stop with these closely stacked together stitches, then that won't come apart. And just pull that up at the where you started and just pull that out. But now you have a really nice secure thread line. So that's how I do my starts and stops. I think it'll work for you too. Thank you.